You know, I think, sadly, government doesn't move as fast as everyone always wants it to. But I think more and more our members of the legislature are hearing from their constituents that this has become a real problem, an overwhelming problem. When the cost of auto insurance is more than 50% than anywhere else in the country, this is really affecting people's pocketbooks at a time. And we're doing everything in our power to make sure that New Yorkers get to spend their money properly and not having to spend it on things that are unnecessary because we have things like auto insurance fraud going on. New York is famous for so many things: the Yankees, the Empire State Building, the Great White Way, but we're quickly becoming infamous as the auto fraud capital of the world. Every New York driver has become a victim of auto insurance fraud, whether they know it or not. Criminals are exploiting New York's no-fault laws to bilk millions of dollars in fraudulent claims. Auto insurance fraud has become a gold mine for criminals, and New York drivers have been forced to eat the costs, which amount to more than $250 million in 2010 alone and $1 billion over the last year. Right now, New Yorkers are paying 53% more in auto insurance than the national average. This crime is directly affecting New Yorkers' pocketbooks at a time when we can't afford it, particularly after an incident like Hurricane Irene. Prosecutors have to have the tools to go after the people who take advantage of the system. Right now, there are so many loopholes, criminals literally can drive their car through it. The current system is not working, and it's not working the way we intended it to. That's why we need the fraud tax bill, Assembly Bill A6286. We're here to say, when the Assembly comes back this fall, we have to have a vote on this bill. We have to pass this bill. The bill modifies the 30-day rule in order to allow insurance companies to do the investigations they need to do. They need this time. There's no way an insurance company can investigate whether there's a claim of fraud in 30 days. There are just far too many cases. They're overwhelmed. They need 90 days to be able to do this. Our court system just can't handle the 270,000 plus cases that are going on in the city alone. And we have to be able to go after unscrupulous medical providers. If fraud is happening, it's affecting every New Yorker. And we need to make sure we put an end to it so that insurance rates can come down, insurance companies can do their jobs, and provide the coverage to the people who deserve it when there are actually real accidents, and so that fraudsters aren't doing, using our legal system to make a buck at everybody else's expense. We gotta vote on this bill. It has to become law before the end of this year. Otherwise, New Yorkers are gonna just continue to have to pay the price. I think, once again, sadly, New York for a long time, particularly in this country, was a bellwether for our insurance policy. But over the last 20 years, we've become rather regressive. We have not responded to the industry. We have not been nearly the incubator of insurance innovation that we should be in New York. And now's the time to get that started, so everyone, once again, looks to New York for the best practices and the best policies.